Hey everyone, so my phone bill had been sitting around $85 a month for a long time, and at some point I started wondering, what was I actually paying for? The service was fine, but was it worth paying all that just for a bunch of extras I don't really need? That's why I started looking into Visible, because it's Verizon's low-cost prepaid brand. You still get access to the same network, nationwide 5G, all the good stuff, but everything is managed online and there's no long-term contracts. You never have to go into a store or get locked down for years. Sign up in the app, pick a plan, and you're good to go. So in this video, let's break down Visible, how their plans work, what each one includes, where it holds up well and where it doesn't, and how to know if it's the right fit for you. Okay, so one thing right away, Visible's plans are way simpler than you're probably used to. There's only 3 total and they're all unlimited. Calls, texts, and data. It's just a matter of what kind of speeds and extras you're looking for.
The $19 plan is the most basic one, and honestly, for most people, it does the trick.
You get access to Verizon's 4G LTE and regular 5G network, and the hotspot is included. Now that is capped at 5 megabits per second, but that's more than enough to stream in standard def or get some work done on a laptop. You also get unlimited calling and texting to Mexico and Canada from the US. Personally, I appreciated that one. My brother's at McGill in Montreal right now. Good to talk to him.
Then there's the $26 plan called Visible Plus.
And that one just gives you a bit more to work with. You get access to Verizon's fastest 5G Ultra Wideband network. You won't get slowed down even when the network's busy, and you can stream in HD instead of standard. Hotspot speed bumps up to 10 megabits per second, and you can roam in Mexico or Canada with 2 gigabits of high-speed data each day. It also adds international calling to over 30 countries and unlimited texting to more than 200.
And if you want the top of the line, there's Visible Plus Pro at $33.
That gets you 4K streaming, hotspot speeds up to 15 megabits per second, a smartwatch line that's included, and 2 free days of Global Pass each month for roaming in over 140 countries. And that's still less than half of what a regular line would cost. And if any of those sound good to you, there's a link in the description where you can check out their current deals. And we usually have some promos there that don't show up on their main site. Now, one thing I kept using way more than I would have expected was that hotspot. Now, again, on the lowest plan, it's limited to 5 megabits per second, but I was still able to stream Netflix, run Google Docs, answer emails without any lag. Now, it's not home internet fast, but it's plenty for basic stuff. The higher tier plans, the ones that boost up to 10 and 15 megabits per second, that's where it starts feeling more like your regular Wi-Fi, especially if you're tethering from a laptop. And I also took it with me to Mexico on a business trip just to see how it handled roaming. Didn't have to change anything, just turn the phone on, and it worked. The mid and top tier plans give you a couple of gigs of high-speed data each day when you're there, so I used maps, checked messages, pulled up directions, the usual travel stuff. And I've used the international calling more than I thought I would because it just works. You don't have to remember any dialing codes, you just make the call and it goes through. Same with the smaller stuff. Wi-Fi calling kicks in automatically when the signal drops, and spam calls were basically gone after that first week. And as far as getting rolling here, it took like 2 minutes. I checked my phone on Visible's site to make sure it was compatible. Once it said I was good, downloaded the app and signed up. I didn't have to talk to anyone or wait for anything. Service basically starts immediately. And if your phone doesn't support eSIM, they'll mail you a physical SIM card instead. It just takes a couple of days to get there. You can also do a trial with a temporary number. And I used that one actually for about a week while I kept my main line on my old carrier, just wanted to see if everything was working properly. And once I confirmed that, I ported my number over. Now, everything is managed through the app. Billing, support, changing plans, but there's no shared accounts or family plans. It's just your line and your login. And I haven't needed a contact support for anything so far, but if you do, there is a chat built in. Okay, so I wanted to see if, despite what they say, I was actually getting less by paying less. So I actually tried Visible Plus and Verizon's Unlimited Plus at the same time, just to see if anything felt different. And in almost every case, it didn't. Both give you full access to Verizon's 5G, including Ultra Wideband. The coverage and speeds were the same in every spot I tested. Video looked clean, apps loaded fast. I really could not tell which plan I was on. Where things did start to change a bit was the hotspot. Verizon gives you 30 gigs of high-speed data before it slows down. Visible Plus is always half that. It's unlimited, but the speed is capped. So if you're tethering daily for work, Verizon might pull ahead there. Otherwise, that 10-15 megabits held up fine for everything I threw at it. Now, streaming is another one. Verizon defaults to 720p or 4K on Ultra Wideband. Visible Plus locks at 1080p across the board. Not a huge swing either way, just depends on how good your eyes are actually. Now, obviously, the real difference was when it came to billing. Verizon, on top of everything else, still tax on taxes and fees. Visible Plus does not, and for one line, it's kind of hard to justify paying more than double for the same result. So if your phone bill's been bugging you for a while and you've been thinking about switching, this is absolutely the cleanest option I've used. It just works and it saves you money. And there is that link in the description if you want to check it out, because like I mentioned earlier, we usually have offers there that don't show up anywhere on their main site. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If this all was helpful, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and if you got any questions, throw them down in the comments. I do my best to get back to y'all. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.